Man, what a great day to watch some Twitch. Can't wait to say my favorite emote, PogChamp. Shit. Hi everyone. As an avid viewer and streamer on Twitch, I thought it could be fun to draw my original characters as popular Twitch emotes. So, without further ado, let's get started. So, for the first emote, I decided to go with the classic PogChamp emote. It's pretty much what everybody knows when they think of Twitch. Now, I get there's some spicy, crappy drama with this whole emote with the person who's depicted in it. Apparently, he's, super controversial. He's, very... just an odd dude that a lot of people just don't want to be involved with, including Twitch. So, that's the reason why they removed PogChamp from their website, actually. But I just feel that PogChamp is, iconic enough to the point where I really wanted to include it in this video. I feel like it wouldn't have been a Twitch emote video without including PogChamp somewhere in there. So the character that I decided to go for out of my main 4 OCs is Maya. Now the reason why I chose Maya is because I think that she fits the PogChamp emote very well. Maya is a very energetic person. She isn't scared to show off her opinions or she isn't scared to show a person how she's thinking. And I think that really fits with the PogChamp emote, as it's a very expressive emote. Shows off a lot of emotion. There's not really much being held back in the emote. And I really think that I captured that really well in this drawing here. Now, obviously, I went for a more chibi style than what I normally go for. That's going to actually apply for every single one of these emotes, except for probably the last one, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I went for a more chibi style because it's easier to make emotes more chibi because their drawings are typically shown very small in Twitch chats, so I thought that it would be best to make the emotes pop more than be more accurate to my actual style. So it's not how I actually draw my characters, it's more of just an exaggerated version to better suit emotes, I think. So here's the finished product. I really enjoyed making this PogChamp emote for Maya, and I think that it really looks good. So for this next emote, I wanted to do the Monka S emote with my original character Lucas. This one took the longest for sure. I struggled so much with part of this, and I'll explain why in a second. But it's just kind of ironic since Lucas is definitely my most comfortable character out of my main 3 or 4. Simply just because I've had his design for the longest and I've been most comfortable with his design and his facial features and stuff like that. The reason why I struggled with this a lot was because I realized that the way I drew his eyes, because this obviously isn't how I normally draw eyes, but the way I was drawing his eyes just looks too much like Jazza, or drawing with Jazza. His avatar, I realized that the eyes look identical to the way that he draws his avatar, and that just made me feel so bad about myself. And I was like, man, it just looks so weird. It took me 20 minutes to figure out the eyes alone. But once I finally figured them out, I was happy with it. Turned out pretty good. So I guess you're probably wondering why I chose this emote for this character specifically. So, for me, or not really for me, but Lucas's character, he's more of a cautious person. He's a very nervous person as well, but he's also very prepared, which is the reason why he's also super anxious and nervous all the time, because he's always ready to spring into action. So I really wanted to encapsulate that in this emote, and I felt like it fit him a lot because the Monka S emote is supposed to show confusion and nervousness in a person. So that's the reason why I chose this emote with Lucas. I actually think the shading turned out really nice. It's pretty simple, but that's what it's supposed to be for emotes. I really don't do cell shading much in my drawings, but I really wanted to experiment with it on this one. So yeah, here's the final product. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it, except for the eye part. So I'm filming this after I edited this part of the video. And it still looks like a freaking Jazza avatar, dude. Oh my god. So this third emote actually took the shortest amount of time out of all the ones in this video. I think it took me about 45 minutes? Give or take a couple of minutes there. But it didn't really take much time, and we can get more into that in the future, but for this emote, I wanted to do my character Del, and I wanted to do a heart emote with him. I think it suits Dell very much because Dell is a very caring person. He's a very supportive friend, and he's always ready to have Lucas's back whenever he's in danger or whenever he needs something. And the same applies to Maya, but obviously Maya and Dell only meet in the beginning of the story, same with Lucas and Maya, so they aren't the closest of friends right away like Lucas and Dell are given in the story already. Now, you can probably see, I think I've done this throughout the video as well, but especially on this one, I keep flipping the canvases horizontally, and I do that to make sure that I have symmetry with this drawing. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you would have a lot of symmetry in your art if you aren't going for something like emotes, but for something more of like a dynamic pose. But in this case, I really wanted to push the symmetry of this because in emotes, it's very important to have a way for something to pop and a way for something to look nice from far away. And I think that some symmetry with a front-facing emote is very important with that. So as you can see, I'm copying and pasting the arm and just pasting it to the other side. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend you do this if you're trying to do like a big piece with like a crazy dynamic pose, but I think it works for this emote, and I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. So here's the finished product. I hope you like it. I enjoyed making it. Like I said, it took me the shortest amount of time, and it was definitely the easiest. So yeah, let's move on to the next emote. So I just wanted to mention before we get to the final emote that I did get a new microphone for this last bit of the video. I know it's sudden, but I just finally got a new microphone to replace my Blue Snowball, and I was really excited about it, so I wanted to use it for the rest of this video. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So for this final emote, I decided to use my main antagonist of my story. He's not really developed much right now. He doesn't even have a name really. But he does have a design, so I really wanted to use my antagonist design in this video, even if he isn't really developed much. I'll keep you guys updated the more I develop him, and what his story is, things like that. But anyways, to the actual emote. I know this isn't an actual emote that's typically used for Twitch channels, but I thought that personally this would look really good on my emotes for my Twitch channel. So that's the reason why I decided to actually go for this screen cap here. So if you're wondering where the screen cap's actually from, it's from the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, specifically part 4, where it was a scene where the main antagonist Kira was looking close at the camera. It was like a first-person perspective, and just said the character Hayato's name to him. I thought this emote would work really well because it shows the creepy side of the antagonist that I really want to have. So that's the reason why I chose this specific screen cap from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. More on that, I really wanted to try and capture the style of JoJo's in this, so I really just spent like a while. I spent like a while off camera trying to just figure out the proportions of this drawing and finally be able to master that style for a little bit. Not really master the style, but more like figure out how to draw this specific image with my character in mind. So I really wanted to focus on keeping the eyebrows, the eyes, and the mouth the same, just because I feel like that's really what made this screenshot the screenshot, as well as the shadows. I don't want to forget to mention that. But I do think that after I finally sketched it down and I finally started incorporating my design of my character in there, I think it turned out pretty well, and I'm pretty happy with this emote. So here's the finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed making it. So here are all the emotes. I'd definitely like to hear what you guys think is the best one, or at least which one is your personal favorite. I really like the Pog emote. I really like them all, honestly. I think the antagonist one that I made at the end was kind of strange, but kind of unique in that sense. So that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for coming out and watching it. I appreciate that. If you made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, check out my Twitch if you'd like. And comment down below stuff, I guess. If you have a certain video that you'd like me to do, or like a challenge, please let me know, and I'll consider it. So thank you guys so much for coming out again, and I'll see you later. Bye.